Good morning, student. Welcome to today's business studies class. Let's have a revision on a third chapter, private, public and global enterprises. We will discuss on a important question of 8 marks on this chapter. First question: what is global enterprises? Explain their features. Whenever they ask you what is global enterprises, first give the meaning of that and after that explain the features of global enterprises. Let's see the meaning of global enterprises. Global enterprises owns and manage business in two or more countries. These types of business are owned and managed in two or more countries. Example, you can tell Sony, Coca-Cola are the companies which is owned and managed in two or more countries. Now let us explain the features of global enterprises. First point: huge capital resources. Whenever it is a global enterprises, there is a chances that more than two or more companies are joining hand to produce a particular products. So they will have a huge capital to raise a fund which will bring them the more capacity to produce a particular products. Second point: foreign collaboration. Foreign collaboration, in the sense, the meaning itself tells that global enterprises is owned and manages business in two or more countries. So if India is joining has a global enterprise type of business, in sense they will be joining having in two or more countries. That means they will do joining hand with some other company. They will have a collaboration to do a particular work assignment has to be done. Collaboration, in the sense, something work has to be done. We have collaboration with foreign country which will help us to produce that product. Third one: advanced technology. Whenever you have seen, when only our knowledge or something, when we try to bring out a plan for a particular program or something, when individual person sits and plan it, maybe one or two may be good. When you join a hand with two or more people, you can bring out various ideas and it will give a very good impact. In the same ways, global enterprises, advanced technology, in the sense, maybe one country in India, we are just after this pandemic we are using this online classes and everything. Before itself, in foreign countries, they are using these types of classes, these Zoom classes and everything's are going on. In the same sense, it works even in the company side, which other country will help them to use various advanced technology for the production process. Third point: product innovation. The other country may help the one country to bring out the product. If you innovate this, today's childrens are very informative children. They are very attractive. If we give dark colors to this packet or this product, it will be easily purchased. Whenever you go to a particular shop or something, before purchasing that, the main, it gives the attraction, the color or something. Product innovation, in the sense, it is made in such a way that attracts a particular customer, which will make them to make a very effective manner to improve the quality of the existing products. Fourth point: marketing strategy. When you are having your companies joining hand with other companies, other country may give you the different types of ideas that can be used. Strategies, in the sense, plan. If you use this plan, we can increase our sales. If we mainly produce our product in the summer, or this product, it will be mainly used to increase the product capacity or something. They can give an idea. Sixth one: expansion for market territory. Expansion for market territory, in the sense, only one company is producing a product and selling a particular product. In the sense, only that country the people are going to purchase that product. If two or more countries join hand to start up a business, and that will give you the expansion for market territory. Market territory, in the sense, we have seen the primary, secondary and tertiary sector. The tertiary sector, in the sense, which helps the primary and secondary activities like your transportation, insurance, and warehousing, that all which helps the support for the other, for your main core activity of your business, for the production purpose, which all helps. Like transportation is one of the main activity that helps this. And the fourth last very important feature of global enterprises is centralized control. Whatever you have thinken, global enterprises is a business which is owned and managed in 2 or more countries, but it will be the own country. If Sony company was established, the head office will be in the home countries, other subsidiary branches will be in the other countries. That is only you have called that centralized control. Always the head office will be having the control over the other branches. Let us move on to the second question. What do you meant by joint ventures? Explain their benefits. Before explaining the benefits of joint venture, let's see the meaning of joint venture. Any business organization can join hand with other businesses organization for mutual benefits are called as joint venture. Global enterprises is different, that is owned and managed and with 2 or more countries. This is any business organization joining hand with other business organization for mutual benefits. Let's see the benefits one after the other. First point, increased resources and capacity. When one business organization is very poor in financial need or something, when it joins hand with other business organization which is very well strong in the financial activity or something, it increases their resources. Whenever we have a good resources, that will have the impact of the capacity of the work which we can produce. Access to the new technology. Second point, access to the new technology in the sense when 2 business organization join together, when one business are very poor with their technology or something, other business can give an hand that can help them. We have this technology, if we implement this technology, we can produce a product very easily and it will be very attractive to the customer, and they can give various activities which will help the organization for the beneficial manner. Third point, innovation. Joint venture produce new product when it enters into the new market, because 2 organization has been joined together. One organization already has different plan which they were processing, and other organization has a different plan. When both are combined together, sit and work, and that helps them to produce a innovation product, and that will lead to a good sales in the organization also. Fourth point, very important benefits of joint venture. Low cost of production. Joint venture helps in reducing the cost of production through using advanced method of production, advanced technology. They use a very advanced technology and the production method which can reduce the cost of the production. Maybe implementing this particular mission which will give the output of 1000 particular unit, that will reduces the cost of a product. Such technology they will use which will reduce the cost of the production. Fifth point, access to new markets and distribution channel. Previously, the one organization may be having to market with only the particular area or the particular country or something. When the other organization join together, maybe they may be sending their goods to 10 countries or something. With other organization, even they are sending their goods to 10 countries. When both are join hand together, they have a access to new markets and distribution channel. They can distribute to various channels or something. With joint venture, companies can enter into new market which helps them in increasing their, ultimately that will give a good sales to that organization. Let's move on to the third question. Explain the changing role of public sector. We have seen like nowadays there is a various changes. Each and every public sectors are becoming as a private sector. On that, let's see the first point: development of infrastructure. It helps in creating infrastructure activities like construction of roads, providing transport, drainage facilities, etc. Each and every public sector nowadays they have a changes. They give this construction of road, this transportation facilities and this drainage facilities to the very other people, to the private sectors on the contract basis that will complete the task. And second point, regional balance. Regional balance in the sense public sector start their business activities in under areas means backward areas, or we can tell where there is poverty or unemployment, etc. It enables the regional development in the country. Where there is a regional imbalance in the country or something, this public sector helps them to balance it by providing that particular sector. Third point, economic of scale. Public sector produces goods and services in large quantity. It helps in providing goods to public at very lower prices. This public sector, maybe certain goods or something they don't give to the other private sector or something. They mainly concentrate, this has to be produced by us only, so that it can produce a quality and does not damage the life of the individual concerned or something. Next, fourth point, check over concentration of economic power. Public sector avoids the concentration of economic power only in the hands of private people. They avoid certain the economic powers or something, and they give hand to the private people, which will take under the each and every activity, or the politician powers. Each and everything has to be established for the further organization development. And the fifth point is import substitutions. Import substitutions in the sense, after the fifth world war are the plan where the public sector concentrate more on providing goods which are importing from other countries. At that time it was very difficult for us to get heavy machines that was playing a major role for the production process or something. At that times they made a plan to import such goods from the foreign countries which will develop the country, and it will be which helps in the favorable balance of payment also. Last point, very important, government policy towards the public sector. Since 1991, after the government policies towards the public sector 1991, what and all the changes they have made? They have first given very important step which they have taken is reduction in the number of industries reserved for the public sector. Previously they were giving us 17 to the public sector, that was reduced and given only to 8, and others was given to the private people also. And the next one, disinvestment of shares. Disinvestment of shares in the sense sale of equity shares to the private sectors. Even the government are giving and helping hand to the private sector in order to give up them the wage activity and the challenges which will be the further development for the organization. This ends the revision on very important questions of your third chapter. Let us move on to the fourth chapter, business services. First question, give the meaning of services and explain the nature of services. Before explaining the nature of services, let us see the meaning of services. Services means service are those intangible activities that produces satisfaction of wants and are not necessarily linked to the sale of product. Usually service in the sense that is an intangible which we cannot touch and feel. We will see what is business services. Business services are those services which are used by business enterprises. Business enterprises in the sense those who own the business for the conduct of their activities. For example, business services are insurance, banking, transportation, warehousing, communication services, etc. Now let us see the nature of services. Nature, features, characteristics, everything is one and the same. Let us see one by one the nature of services. First one is intangibility. Intangibility in the sense service are intangible, that is they cannot be touched. They are experimental in nature. We cannot touch and see the service, but we can only experiment it. That is, one cannot taste the doctor treatment or touch the entertainment, can only experiment it. Second one, inconsistency. The very important nature of service is inconsistency. Inconsistency in the sense the doctor produce the services, the service what they produce each time, it is not consistency in the sense it is not in a same tone, or it will be not in the same time period taken to consult a person or something. Maybe previously would have gone, he would have taken you a 10 minutes of time to provide you a treatment on your consultant. Consistent means in the same sense. Since there is no standard of tangible products, service has to be performed exclusively each and every time. What previously they have produced the service, that cannot be used now. Different customer have different demands and expectation. So the service which the the person which they provide, it differs. It is not consistent. Maybe the patient who have went previously, they would have the fever, based on that he would have given the medicine. Maybe the second person would have been different, based on that he will give the consultancy. And you can take an example for this inconsistency. Mobile services also, your mobile pack, the data which you are put depends on your financial crisis, you recharge your mobile. And third one is inseparability. Mainly the service are another important characteristics of service is simultaneously of production and consumption being performed. In this makes the production and consumption of service can be inseparable. You cannot separate the production and the consumption separately. And very important, it is fourth point, inventory. Inventory in the sense you can take it as a stock. The service cannot be stored, it is perishable. Whatever the treatment the doctor gives, whatever advice he gives, it cannot be stored, it is perish. Only once it can be used. So whatever the service which you take it are from the doctor or something, it is only for that particular it can be used. It is perished, it cannot be stored, but goods can be stored. And the last very important nature of service is involvement. In the service there is a two parties, that is a service provider and the service receiver. Example, if you take as a doctor is a service provider, a patient is a service receiver. So whenever you go to a doctor or something, when the service has to be provided, there should be both the parties involved in it, then only the service can takes place. Very simple, you all can keep it in your mind, this nature of service. 5 points, 5I of service. First point, intangibility. Second one, inconsistency. Third one, inseparability. Fourth one, inventory. Fifth one, involvement. Let us move on to the second question. What are the commercial banks? Explain their different function. We will see what is commercial bank. Commercial banks are institutions dealing in money. These are governed by Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949. According to its, banking means accepting of deposits of money from public for the purpose of lending or investment. the main functions of any bank, if you take the main, they want to accept the deposit from the general public and they want to lend it to the needy person and or invest that into other sectors. Let us see the important functions of commercial banks. First function, acceptance of deposit. Acceptance of deposits means that is the commercial banks are going to accept the deposits from the general public. The banks are both borrowers and the lenders of money. As borrowers, they pay interest, and as lenders, they grant loan. If they accept deposits from the general public, they pay them the interest. When they lend that money to the people, they get interest on that. And the second function, it is of lending of funds. The main functions of the any bank, it is of acceptance of deposit. They accept that deposit in order to lending of funds. They lend that funds to the other people mainly to receive the interest on that. The second major activities of commercial bank is to provide loans and advance out of the money received through the deposits. Third point, check facilities. Bank render a very important services to the customers by collecting their checks drawn on other banks. And the fourth point, it is remittance of funds. Remittance of funds, in the sense, it is one of the silent function of a commercial bank, is providing the facility of fund transfer from one place to another place on account. That is RTGS and all, we do know, that is only remittance of funds. And the fifth one, it is of alien services. That is of, other than addition to these function, even banks provide other services. That is like you can take buying and selling of shares and payment of insurance premium, collection of dividend. Everything will be done by the banker itself in the presence of our account when we instruct them, when the instruction is giving. Let's move on to the very important question. Explain the principle of insurance. Principle of insurance, in the sense, before knowing the principle of insurance, let us move on to the meaning of insurance. Insurance, in the sense, it is an agreement between the two parties, that is the insured and the insurer. Insurer, in the sense, the person who is going to insured on the agreement or something which they are going to make a contract. We will see one of the main principle of insurance, utmost of good faith. The one of the main principle of insurance is utmost of good faith, in the sense, both the party, the insured in the sense who is taking the policy is called insured. Insurer, in the sense, the company will become the insurer. They are going to insure your this. Insured, in the sense, the person who is going to take a insurance policy. So utmost good faith, in the sense, both the party has to give it every their materials, that is each their facts, that is what and all their age and how many years agreement they are going to take. If they are taking this policy, what will be the benefit they are getting, even the insurance policy company has to tell to them. And the second point is insurable interest. Insurable interest, in the sense, here the insured person should have the interest on taking the insurance. He has to have that I'm going to get a benefit if I take an insurance policy on my two-wheeler, if I pay monthly premium, if any uncertainty occurs in my it is met with an accident, then the insurance company is going to pay to me. Insurable interest, in the sense, even we are having interest on our parents, and or the husband have the interest, or he want to secure the life of his wife even after his death, so he will be having an insurable interest to take the life insurance to him, where after his death the policy amount will be paid to his wife. Third one, in Indemnity in the sense making a particular person to put back in the same situation even after the loss that has been occurred. This is very applicable to your marine and fire insurance, but it is not applicable to the life insurance, where the life insurance only the money they can give it to a particular person. We cannot bring them the back of a person, but marine and fire insurance, out of that money we can everything can be get back together. And the third one is approximate causes. When the insurance company sees for the payment claim has to be done, they will see the measure which is the approximate causes that has been occurred. Based on that only the claim amount will be paid. And the fifth point is subrogation. Subrogation in the sense it refers to the rights of the insurer to stand in the place of the insured, to stand and check after the settlement of the claims. He will take out the damaged property and he will take it, the insurance company will take that damaged property and they will pay only the amount, or the new product will be given to the person. The insurance company runs in order to provide and to people to come out of the losses, not to gain them any profit or something. So the damaged property will be taken by the insured company. And the sixth point is contribution. Contribution in the sense this is applicable for the double policy. Whenever the person has taken a double policy, two companies will see, only one company will be paying them the lump sum amount. If the other company knows that the other company has paid them the fully amount, if they are going to get even from the other company, they will seize that particular person. And the seventh one, it is of mitigation. Mitigation in the sense it is one of the main principle of the insured person to minimize the losses. Whenever the fire occurs in your building or something, you have taken an insurance, you should not live. I have taken an insurance, let us anything happen to that building. You have to even see to minimize that fire, so that the insurance company will check each and everything. After that only the claim will be paid to you. And let us move on to the last question of this section. Give the meaning of warehousing and explain the different types of warehousing. Warehousing is the place for keeping and storing goods in the significant and scientific manner, so as to maintain their original quality, value and useful. Warehouse is a place where we can use and store the goods which will be used for the further establishment of the organization. Let us see the different types of warehousing. First type of warehousing, it is of private warehouses. Private warehouses in the sense they are owned and managed by the private people, by the company handling their own goods. Main motto of these types of private warehouses are maximizing the efficiency of product movement. The benefit of private warehouses includes control, flexibility and other benefits like improved dealer relation. And the second point, public warehouse. Public warehouse in the sense they can be used for the storage of goods by traders, manufacturers or any members of the public after paying the license, after paying the by issuing the license for the public private parties. And the third one, it is of bonded warehouse. Bonded warehouse in the sense are leased by the government to accept the import goods for the importing the goods from various countries. These types of warehouses used where they will keep such goods. After the custom duty clearance only they will give it that particular product to the various customers. And the very important warehouse, it is of your government warehouse. These warehouses are fully owned and managed by the government. The government manages them through organization set up in the public sector. For example of a government warehouse, Food Corporation of India, State trading corporation, and central warehousing corporation. And the last, it is of your cooperative warehousing. Even for corporate sectors which they store, they have a warehouse. That is only some marketing cooperative societies or the agriculture cooperative societies have set up their own warehouses for members of their cooperative societies. Each and every cooperative society also they had. This ends the very important questions of the fourth module. Thank you students for watching the video.